Hello, Leo. Welcome to November and the current time change. This is your overall energy reading for the time period between November 1st and the 15th of 2020. Welcome to my channel. If you take a moment to please like the video, to click the like or subscribe to the channel and click the notification button, I would greatly appreciate it. The YouTube algorithms are critical in order to promote channels. So if you consider that, I would definitely appreciate it. If you already have, thank you so very much. This is a 5-card tarot card reading for your overall energy reading for this time period of November 1st through the 15th of 2020. Leos, it's a general reading for the larger collective of Leos and is intended for informational purposes. The information may not resonate with all Leos, and that's totally okay. Take what fits and let the rest go. To save time, I already shuffled the cards and requested the universal guidance in the cards that were selected, and they were injected on their own during the shuffle. The 5 cards that exited the shuffle are right here for your overall energy reading. The first card here represents your past influences, energies that were significant in the last few months for the overall collective. In some cases, the energy issues may have resolved, and in others, they may still be lingering. The second card here represents your current present energy during this time period. The third card here represents the energy for future energies during this time period that are either on horizons or will be showing up. The fourth card here represents any challenges or challenging energies that may be presented to you. Keep in mind they don't imply anything negative. They're simply to be aware of, and often they're about choices that are presented to you that you need to make based on your free will. And of course, the fifth card here represents the outcomes energy during this time period of for you, Leo. So, in the first card, we have we have the Six of Cups, and we have this in the upright position. Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand for Leo why the Six of Cups here is in their past influences, please, for this time period. Well, we know the Six of Cups here is typically energy that takes you back to past memories or things from your past, whether it was from a child, a teenager, even as a young adult. Many of you Leos may have been sort of revisiting those past memories in your mind, and wanting to travel back to that childhood or that connection that you felt, sort of pleasant times that you experienced, sort of an opportunity to reconnect. And that could have been like the high school reunion, or you were able to reconnect with someone that you haven't seen in a long time, and it takes that sort of triggers those memories. What I'm picking up here is that those connections that you were picking up, Leo, were typically ones that were bringing you a sense of joy and happiness, and you were reminiscing sort of over those fun times that you had together. And part of that, is that it allowed you, to use that experience as an occasion to explore whether or not you still have those things in common. And whether you wish to continue either past relationships or even emotions or feelings, and it's an opportunity to see how you've grown or how you've changed. Particularly, how do you see the world now than how you see the world then? The Six of Cups here, Leo, shows that many of you were feeling a sense of harmony and cooperation in your relationships. There was, again, an opportunities that allowed you to give and to receive without expectations. Many Leos, you were willing to give each other, whoever you were dealing with, the benefit of the doubt, and you moved on from that challenging of emotions that typically you might have experienced, and you were wanting to turn over a new leaf and start fresh in a more positive space. The Six of Cups was inviting you, Leos, to sort of get in touch with your inner child and experience that fun, freedom, and innocence. And many of you were able to experience that. Many of you, as long as you were able to give yourself that permission to be playful and spontaneous and creative, you were able to connect with that authentic self and with your Leo intuition. In other cases, the Six of Cups can refer to children in your life. It could be your own children or children that you're around. It could be with siblings. It's also a sign that some of you were able to spend time with young children, whether they were your grandchildren, your own children, other people's children, your brothers and sisters' children. You were able to spend some time with them, either on vacation or just dropping by, and you sort of enjoyed that playing time, that laughing time, and that learning together. And those could have been those memories that brought back pleasant memories. And children are often, teach us a lot of things about ourselves, and they can serve as great advisors because they know how to stay in the present, and they're open-minded, and they're curious, and that's the energy that, Leo, I think you were playing off of. Children can see the world as a magical place, and their hearts are typically open to the pleasures that are surrounding them. And I think, for Leos, you were experiencing that, and you enjoyed experiencing that, and that brought you sort of that inner peace. Which then just brings us into our present energy for this time frame. And here we have the Four of Pentacles, angel and spirit guides. Please help us understand what the Four of Pentacles here is doing for Leo during this time frame, please. Okay, well, we know this typically is about saving money. And I think for many Leos, that's top of your mind right now. It's typically a sign that you're wanting to examine your relationship with money. Perhaps some of you Leos are, you're accumulating money or you're investing well, and you're feeling blessed that, you're just feeling blessed that you have the things that you need, and you're not hurting at least. Now, of course, we can always want more, but many of you are getting by, and you're feeling thankful that you're getting by. Some of you may be desperately clinging on to all your money because you're afraid to spend your money out of fear that you may not have enough, particularly if you were experiencing some hardship during the early stages of COVID-19 this year. But in a positive state, the Four of Pentacles I'm picking up here for you Leos during this time frame is suggesting that you have a created wealth, and that you are maintaining a steady focus on your goals, and that you're acting conservatively but not wastefully. I'm picking up that money, you're paying attention to your long-term financial security for many Leos, that you're able to save money, and you're watching your expenses, and you're living within your means because you're looking for your future. Some of you are looking at different saving plans or family budgets, or even a retirement plan, and you're looking for safe investments. So, you want to be able to protect what you've accumulated over time, and perhaps slowly, and you want to increase that self-worth. The Four of Pentacles here, Leo, also represents sort of a scarcity mindset, especially when it comes to money or material possessions. So, some Leos I'm picking up, you may have gone to the extreme where you either are spending your cash as quickly as you get it because you enjoy the comfortable lifestyle, or you're choosing to stockpile your finances. So there's sort of a yin and yang there of either to the extremes. And the trick here, Leo, is to find the happy medium. So, if your budgeting is so conservative or so strict that it cuts out many of your life's pleasures, that isn't very good for you. And we understand that money works best when it can flow in exchange, not when it's being stashed away. So for those Leos, deep down you may realize that you perhaps are foregoing your happiness and fulfillment in your life because you don't want to spend your money, but that isn't a way to live either. So, if that's the case, this card is encouraging Leos to find the healthy balance between spending and saving, because it's important to enjoy your fruits of your labor and save. So again, if you have those feelings, it's about find healthy balance. The Four of Pentacles, Leo, suggests that Some of you may be placing too much value on money and sort of your material possessions. And if you're feeling attached to your material things, allowing those possessions to become your life. If you're assessing, your self-worth based on how much you earn, whether it's the car that you drive or how expensive your home is, or where you go for the holidays or what you can buy. But remember, Leo, it's a catch-22 because as your standard of living increases, so will your need to work harder or longer to generate that income to sustain this sort of lifestyle. So that's going to leave you very little time to enjoy your wealth that you're accumulating. So the broader lesson here I'm picking up for many Leos is, the Four of Pentacles is about honoring and respecting money and wealth, but don't become so attached that you lose sight of what's most important to you. And that's the family, friends, and happiness and love. And I think many of you experienced this in the last few months, and that's what you're wanting to lean towards. For some Leos, if you're struggling with your finances, then the Four of Pentacles here is going to serve you as a wide advice to manage your money and resources more carefully, so that you do not live beyond your means. And it's critical, as you know, to make sure that you do not spend more than you earn, and that you have that budget and savings accounts. And even if you're doing well, it's always a good idea to relook at your budgets and savings, because things change. Beyond the money and wealth, the Four of Pentacles also shows up for Leos because perhaps you're seeking more control out of your life, and this could be a work experience. Some of you may be micromanaged, or you're not letting others around you within your area. You're secluding yourself. If you're in a relationship, some of you may be feeling overly protective, even possessive, because you're ensuring that no one threatens what you built or what you have. On an interpersonal level, some Leos, you may have an inflexible attitude to resist change, and you may feel more inclined to hoard your possessions. Again, because if you've already established a way of living that works for you, why change it? And change could feel like a threat to your certainty or your safety or security in your life. And any suggestion of doing things differently is, obviously, therefore, going to be met with some sort of resistance. So playing it safe, for some Leos is the way you wanted to choose to go, rather than taking any risk. But this card here is about finding balance. So if you are the lucky Leo who has found balance, you're doing well. If you're the Leo who's gone to extremes, one side to the other, then again, it's about finding that balance, because you want to get to that happiness, those thoughts of that childhood or those memories. That's what's bringing you pleasure, and that's your driving force. In your future energies, we have the Ten of Wands. Angels and spirit guides, please help us understand why the Ten of Wands here is in the future energy for Leo during this time frame, please. Well, in most cases, the Ten of Wands here is going to show up because for some Leos, there's a feeling that you're taking on an extra burden or a greater responsibility. Something's weighing you down in many cases, or making it tougher for you. Even though you might understand that it's a temporary sort of burden. And I'm picking it up that whatever this burden is, you're willing to put out the hard work because, you want to accomplish a goal, and you know that you're going to reap some sort of reward later. This could be an example that Leos, you're working the extra hours to save up for a family holiday, or you're wanting to help out a friend who's moving a house, or and knowing that they will return the favor at some point. Or you may be caring for a sick family member, adding responsibilities at home. But knowing your loved ones will deeply appreciate it, and that's your driving force. I'm also picking up the Ten of Wands. For some Leos, you're unconsciously taking on sort of extra responsibilities and finding yourself feeling weighed down, exhausted, and even burnout. And perhaps this is because you're trying to do everything at once, or perhaps you're trying to control everything at once. Even though it's adding sort of an extra pressure to your daily life, you're continuing it. If that's the case, the Ten of Wands here, Leo, is asking you to stop and examine, your current lifestyle or your work or your relationships, wherever this burden is. It's about assessing, which activities are tasks that are urgent and important in setting priorities. It's about, you know, focusing on what your broader goals are. Um, you know, in some cases, Leo, you may need some time management or prior setting priorities to determine where to best spend your time and your energy, and particularly on what things that you can drop. You may need to review your goals and modify them if you want to be better at efficiency, um, particularly in freeing yourself up for rest and relaxation, because that's the key here, Leo. You need the rest and relaxation to balance that out. There is good news for Leos. The tens in the tarot cards, you know, that typically represents completion of a cycle. So with the Ten of Wands here, this is also telling you that there is end in sight. If Leos, you've been pushing yourself to your limits and you were working hard towards whatever your goals are, this is to let you know that you're in your final steps and you're going to be on this path of realizing whatever your dreams were. Um, the issue here is, of course, you don't want to realize that, get your dreams, and then you're totally exhausted to enjoy them. So again, it's about, even with money, it's about balance. The Ten of Wands here, I'm also picking up for some Leos, you're showing achievement with your goals, and some of your significant responsibilities and commitments, you know, understand that they come with those. But when you reach a point of completion, you know, you become, if you're becoming aware that you now must carry on those duties that you laid out for yourself to secure that success, the trouble is, you know, some of these responsibilities have become too much to bear, and you're struggling to let them go. So it's kind of like, I'm picking up here, it's kind of like the business owner who creates a flourishing business but is unprepared to delegate some of their responsibilities to staff, and ends up working, you know, 80, 90 hours a week. You know, the inspiration and creativity, Leo, that comes from that initial goal or that vision that you have seems to disappear when you are working yourself to exhaustion and burnout, obviously. Thus, you know, this is a card in your future energies here to just remind you that it's essential to let go of and delegate some of your responsibilities and to free you up so you can still enjoy life while you're working on those goals. Find balance. Your whole reading here, I'm picking up, is about finding balance, Leo. In our challenges, we have the Queen of Cups, except she is in reverse. Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand for Leo why the Queen of Cups in reverse is in their challenges during this time frame, please. Okay. Well, there's a theme here. When the Queen of Cups shows up in your reading here, Leo, it's asking you to sort of put your attention inwards and focus on an emotional well-being. You may have been taking care of others or trying to resolve other people's problems, but you know your challenge here is to now it's time to take care of yourself. So this is suggesting here in your challenges that, you know, you either are going to be emotionally drained or you're feeling you're going to be emotionally drained is because you're too busy helping and supporting others but not yourself. So, you know, this is a reminder to be mindful that you need to set firm boundaries with your loved ones or your work relationships. To know that you can love somebody but you can't take on their emotional baggage. It's about holding space for them, but ultimately they are responsible for their own feelings and their life experiences. And, you know, they need to go on their own journey to learn how to cope. And so if you're involved with family members who are sort of dragging you down and you're trying to solve all their problems, this is asking you to re-examine that. The reverse Queen of Cups here also, you know, means for some that Leos that you're going to be wrapped up in other people's emotional responses, and perhaps you've created a codependent relationship that's, you know, perhaps not healthy for either party. Leo, you may be giving too much of yourself away, and you feel you're not getting out. Yeah, you're feeling you're not getting. You're getting very little in return. Um, in this case, you know, you may be inadvertently fostering a dependency, so you feel just to feel needed. So this card's going to ask you, Leos, to sort of examine your relationships, any of your relationships, whether personal or interpersonal or work, and see where you can create a healthy detachment, and where you can still give emotional support, but perhaps not be the detriment to the other person. You know, I'm picking up here that again, the Queen of Cups here in the reverse position, Leo, is a sign that your intuition is on overdrive right now. So your challenge is you need to hear that though, and you need to give yourself time and the space to listen to it. So it doesn't matter how busy you think you are. This is encouraging you to take it as a sign to sort of pause and reconnect with your intuition and tune into your inner voice. Again, seeking balance. In your outcomes, you have the Wheel of Fortune. This is a major arcana card. It's very good. Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand why the Wheel of Fortune here is in the outcomes during this time period for our Leos, please. Okay. Well, we're back to a theme here. The Wheel of Fortune is picking up here that, again, you know, keep in mind that our picture of this, a wheel is always turning. And this is suggesting that, you know, your life, Leos, for many of you, is in a constant sort of state of change. Some of you may be feeling it's difficult time to sort of to rest. Yeah. Huh. But again, if you're feeling it's been a difficult time to sort of pause and to rest, this card here showing up in your outcomes is, I'm getting more of the message that it's about giving you and sending you good luck and good fortune. So, and that's going to come to you. So for Leos, you know, if things are going well in your life right now, this is about keeping mindful that, you know, change in life may turn to normal again. So if you've been on overdrive, this is about your normality, whatever is normal for you, is going to return. Things are in a cycle. And I'm picking up that the reason this is showing up here in your outcomes is because it's important to understand and to cherish those wonderful moments in your life, those milestones, and make the most of them while they're still within reach. Because, you know, in a flash, we understand that things could be gone. The Wheel of Fortune here, you know, Leos, is also known as a Wheel of Karma. And it reminds you, you know, Leos, that what goes around comes around, just like the wheel. So this is about, you know, if you be kind and loving person to others, and they'll be kind and loving to you. It's that laws of attraction. If you're negative, you attract negativity. If you're positive, you attract positivity, and that includes relationships and surrounding. If you know you're going to be mean and nasty, you will get mean and nasty turning back in your life. So, you know, Leos, you know, as you probably already know, if you want happiness and abundance, make sure you're sending out that positive energy. You know, because what you send out to the universe will come back to you. It just does. The Wheel of Fortune here, Leos, is asking you to be optimistic and to have faith that the universe will take care of any situation in the best way possible for you. You can help that, Leo, by daily meditation and visualization. This can reinforce any intentions and, you know, can help manifest anything that you're wanting, whether it's abundance or fortune or prosperity. I'm picking up here for many Leos, your life is about to turn in a more positive direction, and you know, and that change is about your willingness to grow and expand. This is encouraging you to continue to keep an open mind to all kinds of things, even the small things that you may not even consider. Those are like synchronicities and signs from the universe. You know, it's about a magic fate, and destiny is watching over you, Leo, and you know, miracles can happen, and this is a wonderful sign for you Leos. The key here is to be open to the help of others, and as guidance from both the physical and even spiritual realms. That support is going to help you through your journeys here, Leo. You're not alone. They want you to do well. They relish their relish in the support, and realize you don't have to do things on your own. Call upon them anytime that you need it. Some of you may feel compelled to work even with your archangels and spirit guides and ascended masters to help support you, and do so in affirmations and daily meditation. Leos, many of you are someone, have that tendency to want to be in control, and you strive for stability. In that case, the Wheel of Fortune may come as a shock to your system. It right now, if it's showing up here in your outcomes, things that you have to sort of realize that there may be factors outside of your control, Leo, that's going to influence some situations. So, in this case, it's as though the universe is dishing up whatever it pleases, and it can be unpredictable for you, and for some cases, it could be unnerving. So, this is one of those challenging aspects of the Wheel of Fortune, and no matter which way the wheel turns, whether it's forward or backwards, it's impossible to try to change it. So, this is again, this theme here is about a willingness and a need to accept what is happening and to adapt and find balance. Go with the flow, and you will get through these changes in a successful way, in a meaningful way, which is really what you're about. So you started out your reading here with finding that balance and feeling good, and you're going to end up in this energy with the same way. Just go with flows and find balance. Keep it. It's a very energy that's very good. Awesome. Leos, thank you very much. I appreciate you watching this video. If you like this video, please would like to support this channel. I would appreciate your help with the YouTube algorithms. As I said earlier, click on the big three, and that's like the video. Click the subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification button. Again, you won't see a lot of bombarding of emails and junk mail. It just is an algorithm that helps YouTube promote new channels to a wider audience. And I'm still a new channel, so I would appreciate your support if you feel up to it. Leos, if you feel any part of this reading was applicable to you, please leave a comment. I would greatly be nice to hear from you. If it didn't resonate with you, Leos, or part of it didn't, understand, please let it go, because it's a general reading, and it just may not have been for yours at this time. So, release it and let it go. But again, thank you so much, Leos, and hope you have a wonderful first 2 weeks of November 2020, and we'll see you at the end of the month for November.